ready?
Yeah!
Break out the sparklers and party poppers because we've got a lot of awesome new titles coming to streaming in the month of July. From swinging superheroes to dribbling tunes, here's a look at the biggest streaming releases in the month of July. But first, what you may have missed in June. Netflix's Record of Ragnarok pits humans against the gods in an all-out fight for survival. In this tournament-based anime, biblical characters like Adam clash with Greek gods like Zeus in a fight to determine if humanity will be spared from being wiped out by the celestial beings. Also on Netflix is Season 2 of Black Summer. If you're already hooked on this unique take on the zombie apocalypse, then you have absolutely no excuse to not binge the 8 episodes of the second season. And for those of you who may not be into it just yet, if you were a fan of Z Nation, this is actually a spin-off prequel to that sci-fi series. That alone is enough reason to watch. Paramount Plus hit us with Evil Season 2 back in June, continuing the battle between science and religion, starring Luke Cage actor Mike Colter and Katja Herbers. Definitely worth your time if you were ever into shows like the CW's Charmed or Supernatural. Moving on into the month of July, Netflix is hitting us with Dynasty Warriors. Based on the classic video game franchise of the same name, the film takes place in the late Eastern Han Dynasty, where heroes from all over the country begin to rise up and clash in a battle for supremacy. The action-adventure movie is also based on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and it's coming to Netflix on July 1st. The Fear Street trilogy begins tearing through Netflix, starting with Part 1 on July 2nd. Bringing with it all the chills that made the best-selling R.L. Stine novels such as spine-tingling hit, you can catch Part 1 slashing its way onto Netflix July 2nd, Part 2 on July 9th, followed by the hair-raising conclusion to the trilogy series on July 16th. Now, if you're looking to fill that void left after you platinumed Resident Evil Village, put the game controller down and check out Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. This CGI anime stars Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield doing what they do best, surviving the zombie apocalypse. Set between RE4 and 5, Infinite Darkness crawls its way onto Netflix July 8th. If you're looking for a good mother-daughter movie, Gunpowder Milkshake might be up your alley. If your daughter is old enough to not be severely traumatized by gunfights and blood splatter, that is. The movie stars Karen Gillan as an assassin who unites with her assassin mom to protect an 8-year-old girl, who surprisingly is not an assassin. But you know what, who knows? Maybe she'll become one by the end of the movie. Based on the trailer, who isn't a dangerous assassin in this film? Gunpowder Milkshake hits Netflix July 14th. Coming July 20th, it's the crossover you've been waiting for when Troll Hunters meets Three Below meets Wizards in DreamWorks' Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans. Probably the most ambitious crossover event since Infinity War, if you're under the age of 12, that is. The heroes of each franchise join forces to take on a shadowy enemy who threatens to take over their respective worlds, and eventually the entire Earth. Witness the Battle of Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans July 20th. You have the power to watch He-Man and Friends in the latest series from the mind of Kevin Smith, Masters of the Universe Revelation. You can witness fabulous powers as they reveal themselves to Prince Adam and see him take on the forces of evil with his fearless friend Cringer, aka Battle Cat, when Masters of the Universe Revelation hits Netflix on July 23rd. Over on Hulu, Summer of Soul, or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised, finds its way on the streaming service. This beautiful documentary about the 1969 Harlem Cultural Festival is directed by Questlove and is a must-see for any music enthusiasts out there unfamiliar with the 6-week-long event. Yes, they were out there jamming for 6 weeks straight with the likes of Stevie Wonder, The Fifth Dimension, and Gladys Knight and the Pips. Check it out July 3rd. HBO Max kicks things off with No Sudden Move on July 1st. This period piece set in 1955 Detroit stars an ensemble cast consisting of Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, John Hamm, Brendan Fraser, and many more as a group of criminals that set out to steal a document but find themselves in more trouble than expected. Check out No Sudden Move July 1st. Gossip Girl is back with a new cast in this reboot of the original CW series. Well, it's less of a reboot really and more of a continuation with a new set of faces. 8 years after the original gossip site went dark, a new generation of New York private school students discover the nosy power of Gossip Girl and waste no time stirring up new drama. And yes, Kristen Bell is reprising her role as the voice of Gossip Girl. Fortunately for her, she was just a disembodied voice. It's so easy to plug her right back into the show when Gossip Girl XOXO's its way on HBO Max July 8th. Pump It Up! Yes, we've waited so long for this one. The sequel to the classic 1996 movie Space Jam. Space Jam: A New Legacy sets out with all your classic and favorite Toon Squad members and Daffy Duck to shoot some hoops with the king himself, LeBron James. There's more to the story than that, but we'll have to find out what it is when Space Jam: A New Legacy is made available on HBO Max's $14.99 a month ad-free plan, as well as streaming in the US only for a limited time. Over on Disney Plus, where they'll be releasing all their future original series on Wednesdays for the foreseeable future, you're gonna wanna catch Star Wars: The Bad Batch as it continues to air new episodes on Fridays, along with Marvel's Loki continuing the misadventures of the God of Mischief every Wednesday. For all the Monsters, Inc. fans out there, you can catch the spin-off series Monsters at Work premiering July 7th. Taking place after the events of Monsters, Inc., the series sees a character by the name of Tyler Tuskman as he aspires to work alongside his monster idols Mike and Sully. Look forward to John Goodman and Billy Crystal reprising their respective roles in this animated series by Pixar. After being pushed back a few times due to the 2020 pandemic, we're finally getting the Black Widow movie. Coming to Disney Plus Premier Access for $29.99, we'll finally get to learn more and see more of Natasha as she takes the front seat in the latest installment of Marvel's Phase 4 rollout. Black Widow lands on Disney Plus Premier Access July 9th. Continuing where Tom Hanks left off, Josh Peck stars in the comedy series continuation of the 1989 film of the same name, Turner and Hooch. He inherits his father's dog, Hooch, who surprisingly outlived Tom Hanks' character in the series and becomes the partner he never really wanted but needs. Turner and Hooch, the series, lands on Disney Plus July 21st. In a fight to save the future by confronting his past, Chris Pratt stars as Dan Forrester in Amazon Prime Video's The Tomorrow War. If you're a fan of sci-fi action films with a nice time-traveling twist, The Tomorrow War might just be what you're looking for when it's set to premiere July 2nd on Amazon Prime Video. As for anime fans, Funimation's got you covered, starting with the anime adaptation of the video game Scarlet Nexus. Set in the near future and in alternate reality, creatures known as Others begin eating humans. It is now up to a new task force called the Other Suppression Force to take up arms and save humanity. Scarlet Nexus begins streaming July 1st. Hitting us on Funimation, July 3rd is How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. A story about a young man who is summoned to a fantasy world where he's betrothed to a princess. The new king must use very non-traditional methods to rule his kingdom. Whether or not it'll prove to be effective in a world full of dragons and elves remains to be seen, but you can see it all unfold starting July 3rd on Funimation. Remember high school? Sure you do, no matter how much you might want to forget. If you fancy magic and high school, you might want to check out The Honor at Magic High School when it begins to simulcast on Funimation. The magical high school drama focuses on a brother and his little sister as they deal with the eccentricities of their classmates and rivals. It's an interesting series to say the least, and you'll definitely want to check out The Honor at Magic High School when it magically appears on Funimation July 3rd. My Hero Academia continues on the streaming service with Season 5. Off the back of their monumental 100th episode, you can catch more episodes of your favorite Class 1A heroes in training as My Hero Academia continues airing new episodes throughout the month of July. And that's just a small sampling of some of the biggest streaming releases coming to you in the month of July. Now there's plenty more, of course, but if I sat here and told you every single one, well, that'd be insane. These are the big ones you don't want to miss. Now we'll be back with what you can expect for the month of August, but until then, well, you got a lot to keep you occupied. Make plans to binge watch some of these titles, and if this wasn't enough for you for some strange reason, well, you can check out some of the biggest streaming releases from last month. And for everything else, keep it locked right here on IGN.